Hey there, people! So, I am continuing, of course, my expert playthrough. I've defeated Skeletron, got into the dungeon, got all kinds of sweet loot, and you may have noticed the message just at the beginning there that the party girl has just arrived. I built a bunch of new houses, and you can see I decorated a little bit with the paintings that I got from the dungeon as well, which is kind of, I guess, scary that I put the mechanic, I put Skeletron or the Dungeon Guardian, I'm not sure which, is like threatening her, and the Clothier is like the old man from when he was cursed. So I guess I've got a sixth sense of humor, but my party girl has arrived, and I've got my Clothier as well after defeating Skeletron, and my mechanic that I found in the dungeon. So we're pretty well set up here, and I put a couple paintings over here as well. But what we're going to do today, I'm going to be preparing for hard mode, essentially preparing both for hard mode and the Wall of Flesh fight. So I'm going to need to wall off my evils. It's not utterly necessary that you do that, but it certainly helps. It's something that I like to do, so I'll be walling off my evils. I'll be doing some fishing, trying to get some crates, and I will also be digging elevators to get down to the Underworld, aka Hell. So we'll be doing all that. First of all, I'm going to quickly make some mining potions. I've got a couple here. I did do one little quest before I started the recording here, and I got my angler hat as well, so that'll help me with my fishing quest, so I'll swap that in. Got a couple mining potions I had left over, but I'm going to want to craft some more. So those require antlion mandibles, one of the few uses for those, along with some other gear, but basically, I'm going to be doing a lot of mining, so I'm going to want mining potions to speed that up. Let's talk to our angler and see what our quest for today is. Jungle surface, tropical barracuda, alright. So my jungle is that away. And so yeah, let's head that direction. Try to get that quest done. Maybe I'll start on the easy little evil over here by the ocean as far as the digging is concerned. I'm going to have a lot of digging to do, so those mining potions should help. Oops, sorry, bird. Alright, so here we are in the jungle. You may have noticed I put my angler hat in my social slot. That's just something I do as sort of storage. Obviously, I need to swap that in order to have that effect. Those bees are very helpful. It'd be nice to craft a minion. I should really do that as well. I'm going to need to probably fight the queen bee some more because I did use all of my bee nades and all my beeswax fighting Skeletron with the trouble I had there. As usual, I'm using my worst bait first. That's just a habit I have. As long as I have decent fishing power. Got a crate. Looking for those anyway. Okay, it just started raining, so that's going to help a little bit, actually. That increases your fishing power a bit. I do have the Fisherman's Pocket Guide, which would tell me what my fishing power is, which, as you can see, is pretty low, despite my sitting duck's fishing pole. Of course, I just ran out of bait there, too. That particular bait, which I wanted to use up anyway. It's my method of freeing up slots, partly. But yeah, even with the rain and my sitting duck fishing pole, oh, there we go, tropical barracuda. It took a while for that one. I am going to come back to base. I was going to go straight to the evil. Oh, I got the mermaid set, which is a vanity set there. But the reason I came back right away, I want to talk to this guy, see if he's got anything interesting. Stopwatch. Oh wow, sitting duck fishing pole again, but I've already got it. That is some luck, but the stopwatch I think I already have. I would better check on that. Yeah, I already have a stopwatch, so I don't need another. That's going to be one of the things that I need towards eventually getting my cell phone. Alright, so I had gotten a strange plant along the way, and I got some mirage dye actually, which I like, so I'm going to swap that in my head slot just to mix up the look a little. And we'll put that one back, and we'll head off to start digging. Alright, so I just crossed into the Crimson here. I did, along the way, I made a point to grab a lot of things that are useful along the way. Of course, fallen stars, I got a couple of those. While it's raining, I managed to get a couple of worms, and water leaf blooms when it is raining. So I managed to get actually quite a lot of water leaf because I had left all of the blooming water leaf along the way. Oh, there's some more right there. And so what I'm going to do is start on the ocean side here, because I basically want to make sure that I'm not leaving any crim sand that's going to quickly infect the ocean sand and therefore the ocean biome. Is that a... No, that's something in the water there. That's a jellyfish. Thought maybe it was a fallen star. So there we go, mining potion, and you'll be able to see the difference here. I guess I should turn on auto cursor. That's a good time for auto cursor, which yes, I rarely use, but basically I just want to dig down past the main body of the crimson here. Now that's going to be, yeah, that's what I thought. That's going to spill in here. It's not too much though, so don't worry about it. Okay, mistakes were made. I kind of dug into the side of a little water cave, but that's okay. We'll just dump that out in here. Dump more of it out down here. Make sure we don't drown. Details, you know. Thorns and grass don't grow on sand, so I'm not worried about walling off that particular area at the top up there. So it's useful that the glow stick falls with you. I do have to make sure that I don't miss that 3-block wide requirement though. Oh, now this I may have to go a little sideways here because I can see that the crimson comes across here a little more than I had hoped. You know what? We'll just dump some of that over into there. Now at this depth, dirt doesn't really matter. It's really just the stone that can be infected by the crimstone. So we just want to make sure that that's an easy 3 blocks vertically and horizontally. And we can continue downward. I think here, I just dug down into this hole. I'm going to go a little sideways here. Maybe turn off auto cursor just for a second so that I can get above that water. We'll just continue sideways until we get over near that crimson stretch that goes down there. I see another water pool there, so I'll just head back down again. And I should have paid attention to this obvious, very obvious wire, which clearly should have indicated that there was a boulder there and I got squished and I died. But hey, I was just thinking I was going to head back to base anyway because it's a new day and there's a new fishing quest. And I really do need to keep up on the fishing quest, not just for the sake of the fishing quests themselves and to increase my fishing power by getting all the accessories, but I also do need to get crates, so I'm going to want to start using my crate potions. But right now, underground tundra. Alright, so this is probably as good a spot as any. As I say though, I should really use a crate potion. I only have a couple, so I might need to make more of those. Now maybe I should use sonar potions as well, fishing potions even. Not let the undead Viking kill me, you know, little details like that. Should probably wall myself in a little better. There we go. Alright, got my fishing quest catch, but my crate potion's still active for a little bit. Oh, I had an iron crate on the line, but I don't have the high test fishing line yet, so I didn't get it. My fishing power actually is pretty poor considering the fishing rod that I have. And I'm using my worst bait when, I guess for crates I should probably use better bait. There are a lot of reasons that this isn't perfect, but Another one. I guess fishing line would be so nice right now. But that's why I'm doing the fishing quest, so I can get stuff like that. I'm just letting my sonar potion run out at this point. And it did, so yeah. I'm gonna want to swap everything back here, and yeah, I totally need to clear out inventory space. So we're heading back anyway. Alright, so cleared out the inventory. Let's see what we get this time around. Just more fishing potions and money, which not bad, not great. But we got the cash, so stash the cash, and we'll head out and do some more digging. Okay, we're just coming into the corruption just as nighttime sets in. I think what I'm going to do is actually start digging down now on this side, and I'll just kind of meet in the middle. So you can kind of see on the map where the existing underground, you know, the grass has essentially grown a bit there. So yeah, I'm just going to want to essentially dodge the existing grass. And here is one section where I probably will want to actually wall off the sides because the corruption will infect the grass. So I'll make this actually 5 wide, and then I'll just stick some clay or wood or whatever I happen to have handy down the sides. I guess you could do it 4 with the sides walled off and you in the middle. You only need 2 for yourself. But basically I need to dig it wider as far down as the grass can grow, which mostly is about as far down as you'll see that dirt background wall as well. Now, of course, you can also do this by using bombs, which can be faster. You can just kind of throw bombs down the hole. I'm just very particular. I'm weird like that, so I'm doing it this way. You can actually see, I may already be at the point where I don't actually need to do this quite so wide because you can see there's no grass down here. But just to be safe, I'm going to do it anyway for a little bit. There we go, that mud or dirt background wall is starting to disappear, you can see right here. And so I'm probably pretty safe at that point. I can just wall it off to about there. So let's do that. I do like to put it a little bit at the top as well because vines, thorns can grow across the gap as well. Now I think they'll only do that from the evil side, shall we say, but just to be safe. I've run out of clay blocks there, but I've got some more right here. Let's see, do I have any bombs in here? This is a spot where bombs will be useful, rather than digging all that clay out by hand. And wood will work as well, and granite or all kinds of things actually will work. Do I have wood? Yeah, I have wood, so if I run out of the clay, I can use the wood. As some of you may have noticed, I'm not too concerned with making things look pretty. And indeed, I have run out of clay, so I'll start using the wood. Also, good thing to mention, these are the vines I'm talking about, so like if this is evil here and it's not evil below, these vines will spread that evil to any grass that happens to be below them. Of course, there is no grass here, so if there were stone blocks here, though, those vines could still spread it into the stone blocks if they're close enough. So that's really what you're preventing by creating a gap with a wall. Preventing those and also the thorns that will grow on that grass and can grow sideways. So that's where the sideways walls is really, that's what that's about. All right, there we go. So I won't worry about walling it off below that level. So I'll just use my mining potion, and let's see how far down do we have to go. Quite a ways. So I'll want to, I can probably just angle it really, but you got to be careful with the gap spacing if you're doing it on an angle. Could probably just even dig straight across, but you know what, I'm not concerned with like saving every little bit, so maybe I'll just go straight down for now. We'll need to make our way across eventually. Oh, now there's something I might want to dodge. So maybe I'll just come right down here. Oh, that's, you can see though, that's crimson, so that's already already been eviled, shall we say. So maybe I do want to continue more straight down, or even around this other side a little bit, just to dodge that. We don't want to risk any bit of evil. So if you see, in case you didn't see clearly, yeah, there's crim stone and crim sand both over here. So I think I'll just dodge my way over to this side. Aha, that boulder won't get me. Kind of taking a winding little path in this instance because I found some more water on the other side there. All right, we'll just stop here for a moment though, because it's a new day and I don't want to waste the morning. Those fishing quests, you do get a little bit of a bonus first thing. So, oh, jungle, I'll be heading back that way after all. So that's a mudfish, and it did say that the traveling merchant had arrived here. Where's he at? Oh, he's hanging out in my elevator. Okay. He got a little lost. Life form analyzer I've got. Sitting duck's fishing pole. Wow. Again? I could use a counterweight if I wanted to go with yo-yos more, but I'm not going to bother. So we'll just stash the cash and go get our fish. And here we are in the jungle, and I'm actually much too late to get the optimal fishing bonus anyway, but I guess we'll do what we can, and you know what, I'll probably just hold on to the fish and try to get a better start tomorrow morning on the fishing quest. Still got a crate though, that's nice. Let's see what my fishing power actually is. I think it's a decent sized hole, so that helps a bit, but no, my fishing power is very poor. I don't really even want to waste potions on this. I just want to get my fishing quest done. I don't really like this bait anyway. Oh, there we go, got the mudfish. I used up some of my not so good bait anyway, so that kind of works out. I've got a lot of bait. I've got tons of worms here waiting just to be combined with stars to make enchanted night crawlers. So I'm not in a rush. I need some more food. Actually, I'm getting pretty good on food now, but whatever. We're doing pretty well. So off to do some more digging. Okay, so funny thing, I forgot to swap this stuff back out because I guess I'm kind of a dummy, and I actually like jumped and didn't have my horseshoe balloon. So there we go. We'll swap that, or we'll complete that quest anyway, because I died from fall damage like a dummy. Alright, here we are back in the hole. And the hole, you know, if you're going sideways, it only needs to be as tall as you are. That's a nice easy way of measuring that. But vertically, you only need 2 blocks horizontal space, whereas it needs to be 3. Technically, I died to a jungle slime because I got damaged really badly, and then the slime finished me off. I'm just taking advantage of any little caves, caverns that I come across here because I kind of need to angle slowly downwards anyway. The thing to be careful of, though, is that it's always at least 3 tall and 3 wide. When you're going on an angle, you do have to be a little extra careful. Oh, nice. Little house down here, too. With a slime statue. Nothing too useful in there, but oh well. I do need to monitor. Basically, my goal is to get down below that particular stretch vertically. So gradually, I'm just going to make my way that way. I mean, if you want to use it as a elevator, obviously you're going to want it to be straight, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to have at least 1, if not 2 or 3 elevators that I plan to dig, in addition to, you know, just digging around here. I don't need really a elevator at the outer edge of my world, so I just need a passageway. And, you know, once you get into hard mode, if you're worried about whether you've done it correctly or not, you can always take a little tour of your passageways, and that's a good way to just make sure nothing's getting across the gap. Just give it a little walkthrough once in a while. Alright, so I'm just coming right up on the edge of the actual crimson protrusion, if you will. So I'll just want to make sure that as I dig down that I don't have any on the wrong side of my passageway. You'll notice that there was a stretch where it kind of came across when I was near the surface, where I found that ebon sand underground. So you just want to make sure that you're not missing anything. And oh, here we go. Speaking of which, you can see it's coming across a bit here. So make sure it's at least 3 horizontally and vertically at every point. It's very important. Which means I'm just going to have to dig this out a little bit that way. So if you want a straight one, don't do it like this. Just make sure you're far enough along the side and dig straight down. You can do that. You can use bombs again. But that's not really my goal here, so there we go. It's got a nice gap around it down here anyway. So there we are, and here we are back where I had died previously. So I'm now connecting my 2 little digging sessions. Poor boulder, or poor me actually, at the mercy of the boulder. There we go. I have 1 section finally separated out. Alright, so I was just taking advantage of the night to gather up fallen stars, but it's now past 4:30 a.m. It is ideal time. It's also raining, which is ideal to get some stuff. And underground and caverns, that's going to be a nice location to kind of safely get some stuff as well. So let's head down. And of course I remembered that my fishing hole is actually under this giant tree, which I should probably just make another one that's closer to home. And it stopped raining, so you know, best laid plans and all that. Maybe not that well laid plans, but here's a little spot, and it is a nice spot for fishing. So I'm going to use some of my potions to give me some boosts for this particular fishing outing. You know what, maybe I'll even use some of my better bait. Use fishing potion, crate potion, sonar potion. Swap in the right things, which I probably should have done first just to save those precious seconds. Let's see what we get. Batfish my quest on the first cast. Oh, I don't need that. But you can see my fishing power is quite a bit higher. I've got my first crate now as well. Oh, frog leg, that is eventually useful. Iron crate. Wooden crate. Wooden crate. Armored cavefish is important for endurance potions. Golden carp, very nice. And this is actually relatively low fishing power still. Like, the more quests you do, the more stuff you get. You can actually get your fishing power way higher than this. You can see past 9 a.m. Of course, this worm's annoying me, but past 9 a.m. my fishing power has now just dropped, and my crate potion's just running out anyway. So I guess that'll do. I do still have my other potions in effect, but I guess I won't worry about it. Let's see what we get today. Master bait. All right. So we got some crates there. 4 wooden crates, 2 iron crates. That'll give us help us with our stock. And I'll just put away my fishing gear again, and we'll head out to the next digging spot. Alright, so next goal is going to be that big giant section of evil, where I've got like some crimson next to some corruption, which again I can only do, this world only has that because of custom world generator, but it does have both. And here we are, that's where this starts. So we'll start a little bit of a elevator right here. Get that mining potion going. And you may have noticed that it does extend sometimes like vertically a ways below, but kind of potentially only to a certain point. You kind of have to just have an eye out for where And again, I do need to dig this a little wider near the surface. I almost forgot myself. And yeah, I'm really careless with how I fight things. But I will need to dig this a little wider and wall it off, as I did with the other section. And just keep an eye out for any sign of crimson underground, and then I'll want to just go down far enough that I feel sort of comfortable. Interesting, happens to intersect with this little sloping tunnel here. But I'm going to keep going vertically for this one anyway. It doesn't hurt to make multiple elevators all the way down. What is this, a slime rain? I don't think it is, but you would think so. But it doesn't hurt to have multiple elevators when you're getting into hard mode and those big V stripes are spawned. It kind of gives you a starting point to sort of wall things off as far as those. Again, it's not utterly necessary to do all of this work. It's the way that I like to do it. If you don't like wasting all kinds of time, of course, again, you can use bombs, but you can also just try to defeat Plantera, because once you get through defeating Plantera, the growth of the evils and the Hallows slows by 2/3, so that's another approach, just to rush through the bosses, but I don't like to rush, so this is why I do it this way. Yeah, so you can see little bits of crimson still this far down, which is not, spread by the grass, but you can also see little flecks of green for the grass, so that tells you grass can still grow down this far. Another thing to keep in mind, once you get into hard mode and defeat one of the mechanical bosses, you can also get the Contaminator to convert things back, so that is possible. There are options. There's not just this one way of doing it, but this is just how I like to do it. And it can spread through ice as well as stone. It will not spread through dirt itself. It will spread, though, through the grass that is on the dirt. And again, you can see there are still signs of crimson down this far, so I'll just want to keep going vertically for now. But once I'm down here into the snow, obviously grass is not going to grow on the snow, so I guess I can just wall off the section above that. And maybe I should do that, and we'll continue from there. I just also found a nice little vein of clay if I run out of stuff to wall this off with. And this is exactly what we're talking about. You can see the grass has grown down here, and this thorn is already stretching across, and that's exactly why it needs to be wider and walled off near the surface. So we'll kind of stamp that out just like that. Looks like I'm going to need some clay or some wood or whatever, so you know what, I'll just come down and collect this. Alright, and that should do. Can continue on my merry way. Should always remember to have some of the food and use the mining potions. Basically at this point I just need to make it the 3 wide, so should be right there. It's a little trick that I do to kind of figure out where I need to dig. Just put it right below my feet. I like to keep it lined up if possible. Through this section, hopefully I can just do this fairly straight. Depends on a little bit if I run into water. I can, of course, try to drain that off somewhere too. You can still see close enough to the crimson. I don't want to be cutting over that direction just yet. Okay, interestingly, I ran into a crimson altar rather than anything else, which I can't actually destroy this at this point in the game, so I'll need to work around it. Alright, before I drown, I'm going to make a quick trip to the surface, because I'm going to want to grab some fallen stars, any that might be hanging around. And I'll ultimately want to get to my fishing quest as well. Alright. Let's see what the angler's got for me today. Crimson. Well, that's convenient. Bloody Man-O-War. I can do that right at the surface there. Okay, so you may recall I've got this fishing hole right here, and this is a nice little perch which I can use both for tundra and for crimson. So I'm on the crimson edge of it now. Got some of my stuff already in place. I'm sure I'll be annoyed by the flying guys, but I'm going to go ahead and use my sonar and fishing potions and just see what we can catch here. I've got 104 fishing power this time around. I'm using my master bait. And there it is, second cast. I got a crate first. Unfortunately, I don't have more crate potions. I may want to make some of those. Can't recall if I harvested the materials, but I'm getting some nice crimson catches here, which will be useful for potions as well. So I won't complain too much. There, I used a little trick there, which is that you can stash your catch for the event, the angler quest, in your inventory, and it does allow you actually to get more than one that way. So you can store those up, so if I get that same quest, I won't have to... Oh, come on, broken fishing line on the golden crate. I really need that high-test fishing line. That's going to be big when I can get that. Oh, but looks like my sonar potion just ran out, but I got a couple of bloody man-o'-wars now. So I guess I'll put one back in my inventory, and we'll head back, see what I get for the reward. I'll only be able to use one, I'm pretty sure here. But I can keep the next one for later. Yeah, angler vest, nice. So that's going to give me a nice little boost, but see if I go back and say quest, he's going to say no. But I can keep that one for later, so if he gives me the same quest, I'll be ready. I got a ton of hemopiranhas and crimson tigerfish. And I did get one iron crate. So not bad. Okay, so to be ready for next time, I want to make some crate potions. So for those, you do need bottled water, amber, deathweed, and moonglow. So I have a small stock of amber, and I have just a few deathweed as well. So it's not necessarily easy stuff to come by, but I want to have that so that next time I'm doing a fishing quest, I'll be ready to get as many crates along the way as I can, and that's about that. I'm going to head back down into the hole. More digging. Alright, so here we are, mining potion time. Now I did get down into the water here, and I did not yet drain that off, so that's obviously going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to need to find a place to drain all this water, and it's a lot of water. Here we go, we're breaking down into a cave. Now, if I take a second here to look at the map, you can see I am getting down to the level. I just need a little bit farther, and then I can go straight across, and I can pretty well just go straight across most of the way until I hit there. So that's going to be my essential plan. Also, of course, I can use little pockets of air like this. But that's not big enough to drain all this water into, so I'll just keep digging down. Alright, maybe what I'll do at this point, I'll break into this little side passage. I think I'm at least close to being far enough down. I want to make very sure that none of these blocks are too close together. But the thing about going sideways, once you're going sideways, you can easily just dig a little hole in the top every so often as an air hole. Also provides a place to stick a torch so you can light your way when you come back later. So I've been taking advantage of little kind of side passageways. You can see on the map here I've been winding down slightly here, but given that this one came out kind of above the water, I'll just use that as a way of avoiding all that water now, so I can have that little stretch, which is totally flooded, but can now continue on water free just by digging at the surface. Okay, so you can see the crimson now coming into view above me on the mini-map there, so I should be, I think, pretty solidly underneath it, but It just passed 4:30, so I'm going to beam back. Check in on my latest fishing quest, but just to show you where I was there. I'm going straight across underneath, and I'll continue on for a very long ways there. Okay, underground and caverns, jewelfish. All right. All right, so here we are. I just put my angler stuff in place. And I've got 100 fishing power at the moment. Actually, that's without my potions, which I also want. So, sonar, fishing, crate, boom. I'm going to have an excess of armored cavefish, I think. But I'll still catch them because they're still useful. There we go. Golden crate. Perfect. Wooden crate. The crate potion is working. Blue jellyfish, it's bait, so we'll grab that too. Oh, and I've got a traveling merchant when I get back. Another wooden crate. I'm going to need a lot of crates. That's what the crate potion is for. Ideally, I want somewhere around 100 crates. You know what? Let's store that up. Use that little trick again. Save me time later. There's another jewelfish. Golden carp again, too. Very nice. Oh, but you can see my fishing power is really starting to decline now. I'm waiting for my sonar potion at least to run out. I've actually got 3 or 4 jewelfish now. Oh, and there's another. And I don't even know why I picked up the rockfish, really, but there you go. It goes to show you can keep getting those. And I've got quite a few crates as well. I didn't show every single one, but... Sonar potion's about to run out. Another jewelfish. You know what? I think we can call it there. Got one in my inventory. What I'm going to do is start a chest just for storing those quest rewards. But let's see what we got here this time. More fishing potions and apprentice bait. All right. I got to deal with my inventory. Okay, so let's see what the traveling merchant's got. Yet another sitting ducks fishing pole. Oh, DPS meter. I feel like I have one. Don't go away yet, buddy. I feel like I have one. Yeah, okay, I have a DPS meter. I don't need that. Anyway, you can see you cannot stack these, so if you're going to use this little trick of catching more than one just by using whatever, your piggy bank or a chest or a safe, you will need to deposit each one separately, but that is a way of getting those quests done faster. Another little thing I did here, I used the extractinator on some slush that I got while I was digging. Managed to get some amber, so that's going to be useful for crafting some more of those crate potions. I did also pick up a strange plant along the way. Red acid dye. Do I have that one yet? Yes, I do. So that's where I don't like to have too much of those, so I'll just sell the extras, which can be worth a bit of money. Depends on the dye. And I did, as you can see, these are all the crates I got when on that last bout of fishing. So that's actually 8 more crates. Of course, golden is better and iron is better than wood, but you can see I'm getting a reasonable stock now. I'm going to need, I figure it's around 100 if I want to go straight to like adamantite or titanium equipment once I get into hard mode, but whatever I can get, the better I'm going to do. I also got a bunch of cash from the fishing quests and so on. But I am actually running out of time for today, so I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time where I'm going to have to get down to the Underworld and fight the Wall of Flesh probably. I might do some of this other work in the meantime. So bye for now.